everyone, good afternoon. I'm Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center. Today it has been hot, it has been hazy, and some of that smoke is impacting our air quality. We also have a new fire to talk about, so let's dig in. Let's take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center. Across the high desert, we see sunshine, we have some clouds, and there is some smoke. That Pine Mountain camera from Oregon Hazards Lab is now zoomed in on what's being called the Marks Creek fire. At last check, it was 15 acres, and we're going to continue to update you on this one as we go forward because it did have a level 3 go now evacuation on the 120 or on the Highway 26 corridor. Pardon me. Now, looking at several other cameras, we see a lot of smoke. We see some in and out clouds, and this is just really going to continue through the next couple of days, where we have warm temperatures that are well above average for this time of the year. But soon, we're also going to be adding in a chance of some thunderstorm development. So let's go ahead and focus now in on the Marks Creek fire. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take a second, and I'm going to get a different forecast graphic for you, because I actually took the time to draw in the evacuation zone on this, and that's because it's just not showing up on OEM, the Office of Emergency Management for Oregon. And so I went ahead and I did the work for you. I put it on there, and this is what we're looking at. The Marks Creek fire is now burning about 20 miles to the northeast of Prineville, and that little red area, that's a level 3 go now evacuation, and it's right on or just off, I should say, the Highway 26. So when we dive in and take a closer look, what we're seeing is that evacuation zone is including the highway. Last I checked on Trip Check, there were no current closures on the highway, and this is still at 15 acres. But this right now is the only evacuation zone, and it includes Little Hay Creek Road, and it turns to the north and comes back up to Highway 26. So that is what we're continuing to track in Crook County. Meanwhile, we have some good news for you when it comes to the Flat Fire. Evacuation zones have been lowered once again. Cloverdale and all of Sisters is now outside of any evacuation zone, and everything else is down to a level 1. So this will probably be the last we talk about the Flat Fire, and we're continuing to track all the details about the Immigrant Fire as well. So the Flat Fire is this zone right here. There's a little dot right here. That's where the Marks Creek fire is, and the Immigrant Fire still down in Lane and Douglas County, mostly burning in the Willamette National Forest. A couple of those satellite-derived hot spots, the thermal imagery shows that the fire could be getting closer to the Umpqua National Forest as well, and that continues to put up a little bit of smoke. Not as much as it was this weekend or early this week, but it is something that we are going to continue to monitor. Because of that fire, we do have some reduced air quality through parts of the Tri-County area. Right now, the hourly average from the DEQ is moderate for Central Oregon. There are several real-time sensors showing good air quality, and one near Madras that's showing unhealthy for sensitive groups. Looking a little bit deeper into this, switching gears and taking a look at the Purple Air quality monitoring network, it mostly shows good to moderate air quality as well. There are a couple orange sensors in the Santiam Pass coming into almost Blackbeat Range, but just not quite there. So that's what we're tracking smoke and fire-wise. Outside of that, there's a chance of some thunderstorms later on this evening and tonight. For the most part, currently we haven't seen much at all in the way of precipitation through our Tri-County area, but there is some development further to the south over Lake County, southern Lake County and central Lake County. Some of those cells could come into our neck of the woods, and forecast models have been showing another cell developing along the crest of the Cascades and continuing to roll further to the north. That just hasn't really taken shape yet, and a plume of moisture setting up to just bring us even more precipitation. Now, we've had a couple of these setups here through this summer where a plume of moisture just really brings us what we need for some thunderstorm development. That could be what we're looking at here, and it sets up, it parks itself over the region, and it stays in place for a couple of days, bringing us some scattered thunderstorms each afternoon. So when we just look at our forecast model, we're seeing that here through tonight, scattered showers roll in. Some of those could be capable of thunderstorm activity, and really this latest forecast model has downplayed what we've been seeing. So there's a chance. But for the sake of argument, I should say, it looks like we're just going to get some sprinkles at best as well. Now, when it comes to Wednesday, some afternoon thunderstorms are also expected, then in and out clouds until Thursday afternoon when a little more thunderstorm activity develops. So for tonight, really this evening and Wednesday, there is a chance of thunderstorms, and it's for the entire state almost until you hit the coastline. Nothing severe, but we're going to track each and every cell that develops because we are extremely dry, and our relative humidity, which is measured in percent, is mostly in the teens and dangerously close to single digits for a few parts of the high desert because of this very dry air over central Oregon and sunshine and warmer temperatures drying out fuels anymore. Any fires that start are likely to spread rapidly, and that's why, one of the reasons why we're hyper focused on fire weather conditions here through the next couple of days. Temperatures right now, just before the 5 o'clock show starts, in the 90s with 89 degrees in Sisters, almost at the century mark in Bend, and this actually puts us between 1 and 8 degrees, 1 and 6 degrees warmer than we were 24 hours ago, and daytime temperatures topped out today, again in the 90s for most of the Tri-County area. Now, as we go forward through this evening, it's going to get mild, and by tomorrow, still unseasonably hot, still well above that average high of 83, 84 degrees, but not quite near record breaking. Our school bus forecast shows that we will be mild to start things off tomorrow with some areas of reduced air quality, but by the afternoon, another round of 90s. We're looking at some 80s and a chance of some afternoon thunderstorms. In fact, our weather pattern just is going to be unsettled here through the next several days with scattered showers and some thunderstorms each afternoon, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Highs mostly in the 90s and some 80s, and then by Friday and Saturday, we get a bigger dip in temperatures. We're falling back into the 80s with some 90s Friday and 80s with some 70s Saturday and Sunday. This big dip in temperatures is going to make it feel like fall by early next week. And with that, there could be another warm up on the way, but it looks like through at least the 10-day forecast, we're coming back down to the 70s and parking it there for a while. So here's your forecast model. About 7 o'clock, we do have some thunderstorm activity possible, and just to the south of us over Klamath County and through the Cascades. Some of that could work its way into the high desert. But look at this. By Wednesday afternoon, more chances of thunderstorms developing during the PM hours, mostly in higher elevations, and then that pushes through. And then by Wednesday night, we clear out. By Thursday, the same thing happens. Scattered showers possible, not much in the way of thunderstorm activity. By Friday afternoon, a chance of showers and thunderstorms. So we're in a groove where we're looking at getting this chance of rain each day going forward. Not every day is going to be a washout. In fact, some of us don't even get wet through the entire process, but we are still looking at a chance of showers and thunderstorms even Saturday. And then going through Sunday, we keep that chance. Let me open this graphic up. It seemed to pause on us. Let me zoom in, get us a little closer. This is the extended forecast model, and it shows that we are going to continue to see that chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday. And then by Sunday, more sunshine and cloud cover. By Monday, another chance of rain. By Tuesday, we keep seeing those in and out clouds, but less rain chances as we go forward. And I just did get an update, and it says that according to some sources, the Marks Creek fire is now up to 30 acres. But anyways, our future precipitation, that forecast model shows that by 7 a.m. tomorrow, some of us will have gotten some rain. Each afternoon, we continue to get these showers with a chance of thunderstorms, but for the most part, we're not looking at a complete washout. Meanwhile, our winds are a little on the breezy side, gusts 15 to 20 miles per hour for most. Our actual wind speeds, just a light breeze. Now, as we go forward through the rest of this evening, could get a little breezy at times, but it's not going to be too bad. Fast forward to Wednesday, breezy at times. Fast forward to Thursday, a light breeze expected. So as we go forward, fire weather conditions remain a top concern, but winds aren't really going to be driving that. It's more going to be the very dry conditions and the potential of thunderstorm activity. Lows for tonight in the 60s with a few 50s out there, and then by tomorrow, 80s and 90s with PM showers and the risk of some thunderstorm activity. Your 7-day forecast shows 90s, then 80s, then 70s by early next week, even lower 70s by Tuesday. Each day between tonight and it looks like Saturday and Sunday, we do have a chance of some showers and thunderstorms, but again, not a washout. We keep that even going into Monday. So our weather headlines for this Tuesday, September the 2nd, including our heat wave holding firm with 90s expected for a couple more days. Fire weather, wildfire concerns grow, and by this weekend, cooling and wetter conditions are expected. Then after this weekend, it looks like another gradual warming trend is going to be set up closer to the middle of September, but ultimately more precipitation than normal is on the way. All right, that's the latest in weather. We will have even more coming up tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. That's at 5 and 11 on ABC and at 6, 7, and 11 on CBS. I'll leave you with one last look at your weather headlines. Join us tonight. We'll see you then.